everybody. Welcome to Sad Panda Presents. This is a podcast about music. We're going to talk about different albums that we're listening to and what we think about them. Right now we're going through the staff pick list on consequenceofsound.net. This week we are talking about The Clash, and it's number 92 or something like that. I don't remember. Fair warning, we use coarse language, say offensive things, so I'm half your hosting team, Drewski, and with me.
Just stumbling through that awful intro. Hello, my name is Shane, and with my co-host is Andrew, who can't fucking do a thing right.
Yeah. Hashtag professional.
All day. Anywho, all right, Dembski. So you're making guitars, yeah? Tell me about that.
Yeah, man. Well, so this started a long time ago for our listeners who don't know me personally. The first guitar I ever made was in high school, and from there I built a few really shitty guitars, and then the bug just bit me real hard when I was making my third or fourth. I mean, it bit me when I made the first one, but then I just got really into it a couple years ago. Like really into it. I got back into it, since I hadn't built one in, 5-8 years or whatever. So I've been trying to step up my game and buy tools and be a better builder. And my first customer is my brother. And so I'm building him his dream guitars. He's been playing guitar for like 30 years. And so we've been working on a couple of prototypes, and the first one had a bunch of flaws in it, and they're all learning exercises, right? And the second one's going to be better, and I'm going to fix the things that are wrong with the first one when I get it back from him. But yeah, I've actually got 2 new customers in queue also. So that's really fucking exciting.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Josh Maltby hit me up. He's I've known him since high school. He's a good friend of mine. And he was like, "Hey man, I'd like to buy one of your guitars." He doesn't really play guitar. He wants it more as an art piece, and I'm good with that. He was like, "I want kind of a wall hanger, but still built to the quality that you're going to build it, in case I ever learn, or if I have people over and somebody does know how to play or whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm not going to put my name on anything that's total garbage, I mean, I already have, but they're all learning processes, and it's all going to be hand built." And then last week, another buddy of mine from Kingsville, his name's Derek, hit me up, and he was just like, "Hey man, are you still building guitars?" I was like, yeah, I'm doing that thing. And he said, "Well, I was thinking about buying a new guitar next year, but I figured why not just get a custom since I know a guy?" And I was like, "Hell yes." Well, so I gave him a call and we talked about it, and I'm going to be building him a custom V, which is going to be interesting because I've never done that body shape, and it's going to be not just a straight up Gibson or the Razorback is what he plays, which is a Dean guitar. And, so I'm going to do a custom for him. And so I've got 2 customers on top of my brother, and that's pretty fucking exciting for me.
That's awesome, man. Have you used any of the mesquite wood that I sent you? I've seen you updating. I think you did one body with it. Is that right?
Yeah, man. I've actually started 3 bodies with it. I had enough to do 3. And so the first one is actually coming along really well. I've put pictures of that one on my Facebook page, and which is Drewski Guitars if anybody's interested. But that one is it's a picture. If you look at the pictures on Facebook, that one's got a sea turtle inlaid into the neck for that guitar, and it's got a maple burl top on top of the Texas body, and that's the mesquite sent me. So it's coming along really nicely. It's going to have a ocean blue burst since it's got the sea turtle, and that's going to be, and it's going to be really pretty. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff.
All right. So all that's been pretty exciting for me. How is your day going, man?
Pretty good. Not bad. I saw a goat piss on himself today, so that was fun.
All right.
Yeah, that was fun for me. Yeah, that's kind of the highlight of my day. I watched an actual goat piss on his own beard and then lick it off.
That's really funny.
Was this
I
don't know how to talk.
Was this like peeing with a boner kind of thing, or?
No, he didn't have a boner.
Well, what the fuck? How does this goat piss on its own beard?
Physics? He looked down, he started peeing, he looked down, and then it got on his beard, and he looked, and then the shitty part was that he licked it off his beard, and then like came up to me and like wanted like affection. I was like, no, dude, you just pissed on your face. Nah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I guess just me showing up to like feed him. He was like, "Hey, I'm excited. I'm gonna pee on my face. Hey, come pick me up." Yeah, and I had that. That was a hard pass. Hard pass. No, I'm not doing that. Thank you though, but no.
Well, I mean, it works for some people, right?
I mean, well, maybe. I don't know. I've never been so excited that I pissed on my own face, and then somebody did a good thing for me. So, no, I don't know. Maybe it might work for some people, but not for me.
Yeah, well, that's oh man, yeah.
I don't know. I had a bird shit on my head 2 times today as well.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah. So,
you're just like, you're like, you're not like a Disney princess. You're like a Disney whore. That's into really weird shit.
I was more thinking that I was like the bad Dr. Doolittle. The one that just fucks everything up, like
Dr. Don't Little.
Yeah, Dr. Don't Little, yeah. For sure. Cause I don't think the goat only had pee in his face. I think he jacked off in his face cause it was like, there was a lot of, I think he came in his face and then pissed on it cause it was all like white and weird in his beard, but he smelled like piss. I don't know, man. It was kind of a shit show when I got there. And then it was more like, hey, he was like excited to see me, but it was like, hey, don't touch me. Like, no, hey, yeah, no, get away from me. But, all
right. Well, that's so
that was my day. I saw an animal come and pee in his face.
Well, I feel like that's a life achievement because there's probably not a lot of people that have seen that, right?
I think there's a lot of therapists that charge a lot of money for people that have seen the things that I've seen today.
Yeah, but I mean, that's probably not even the worst thing you've ever seen, right? So
not even a little bit by a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, so
anyway, so we're talking about the Clash.
That we are.
So this is the Clash's, I believe it's their their first album. Is that right? Their debut album?
Yeah, I believe it is. And I listened, I didn't realize there was a separate US release for this until I was looking up like the Genius list. So I didn't listen to the US version.
Yeah, the actual album that we were supposed to listen to is not available on Spotify. So fuck that. We're gonna do the one that we listened to. Cause fuck that. I made notes for every song, and that's the album we're listening to. Yeah,
I mean, I honestly didn't realize that if we didn't listen to the right album, or the one that was on the list, I didn't realize it because this is the one that was on Spotify, and so it's the one I listened to.
Yeah, the thing is, and on the US release, which is the one on the list, there are 3 different songs that got interchanged that were better, but the same idea, and I think I've made notes for those songs, but the idea is it's the same song, but it's the same type of song. They just did it in a better way.
Oh, okay. I didn't listen to the song. To the songs, the 3 new songs I didn't listen to at all, so.
I didn't either, but fuck it. I don't give a shit. Like, it's,
all right. So this is the debut album from the Clash. What did you think about this?
Honestly, I was kind of surprised. This album was I thought I would hate it, but I liked it more than I thought I would, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I liked it a lot better than what I imagined me to think of this album.
Well, man, it was far and away a step above the last fucking piece of garbage we listened to. Whatever that was, Pavement.
The Pavement. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Like this was for me, this was refreshing because I was like, oh fuck, this is fucking British punk in a nutshell is what this album was when I listened to it. I was like, I think they're British. Are they British? I don't fucking know.
Yes.
But yeah, I was like, this is fucking absolutely the epitome of like British fucking punk, right? Or at least what I know about British punk. I'm not, from the UK. I don't really listen to a lot of punk, but when I think of British punk, this is the type of sound that comes to my mind.
Yes. I agree with you there. I do have to say that there were, like the Sex Pistols and the Ramones. I think the Sex Pistols and Ramones came out before this album.
Okay.
I think both of their debut albums came out before this one, but, this one had a lot of, variety about it, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't, I mean, like I said, again, this is, I was kind of surprised by this album. I really thought I was going to hate it because I thought it was just punk, blah, 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 punk for punk's sake.
Right.
But there are a lot of good songs that I really, there are some songs on here that I really like. Just I thought it was going to be like a shitty punk album.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. Like, it's really not bad. I'm kind of surprised with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to gush all over it or anything. It's got its problems just like anything else, but I mean, they did a good job. And, this has got some good songs on it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And honestly, sorry.
You okay?
Sorry, frog in my gut and throat. No, for this being like, kind of the like pioneers of punk, they did a good job. I feel like at least for the half of the album, they did a decent job, with like their sound, like trying to change their sound up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a bullshit ass, blah, 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 like rage. I thought it was going to be like, not to shit on it again, but I thought it was going to be like the Metallica album, but punk.
Okay.
It was going to be the same shit over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, but
it's not.
No, it's really not. They came out and they've got songs of, several different flavors on here. They kind of are a little bit all over the place, at least in the spectrum of punk. And, I thought that was pretty enjoyable to listen to. It's probably not an album that's going to make it on like a regular playlist for me or anything like that, but I did enjoy listening to this album. So, what were your top three?
Oh shit. Oh man, the one thing I didn't do, I forgot to do the top three. I would say my favorite three is, Remote Control.
Okay.
Would be my number one, I think, from this album. I'm Still Bored of the USA.
All right.
And then, Career Opportunities.
Okay. All right. So I'm a little bit different. I thought those were good songs. I think my number one is probably Protex Blue.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that. I liked, let's see, Police and Thieves was good, so let's throw that in there. And lastly, let's go with Hate and War. Let's go with that one.
Hate and War. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I know you don't write this shit down, but I do. So
No, you're good. You're good. You take notes. I don't. It's a good balance to have.
For sure. Okay. So, what's your first impression of, okay, we'll talk about that. Oh, we did that. Okay. So, before we get into the actual album, I do want to say that this was recorded in an apartment rented by Mickey Jones's grandmother,
Okay.
who frequently went to their shows.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
and you got to think this is 1977, so Grandma was probably born in like
The 40s?
the 30s, 40s, yeah, or probably 20s or some shit. So
yeah.
she went to their shows. So, real talk.
Yeah,
winner of the album is Grandma, who went to fucking punk shows.
Right? Yeah, like that's gotta be wild to see like this little old lady, roaming around in these like little underground bars in London and just showing up at these tiny little venues. Cause like, man,
Right.
I've seen videos, documenting some of like the more famous little hole in the wall underground London music scene where a lot of this and like, other rock grew up, and these venues are tiny. So these people have got to be packed the fuck in there. Just like, it's just, all kinds of just sweaty, nasty, smelly teenagers and sweet grandma.
Yeah, and then she comes in with sugar cookies and shit.
Yeah.
Did you get enough pot roast today? I made a pork loin, and I hope y'all get to eat today. Like, that'd be fucking cool as shit.
Oh man. Oh, that's a fun little tidbit. I like that.
Yeah. So this is the debut album of The Clash that dropped in April 8th in 1977.
All right.
So, I did mention earlier that the Sex Pistols and the Ramones dropped their debut albums before this.
Okay.
But, the people didn't make this list. For maybe a reason, or whatever reason, they didn't make the list that we're talking about. But I like that, I don't know, I like this album because it's kind of varied.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as punk goes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Anyway, so I was impressed with this album for it not just being punk. I feel like they did a lot of different things. Like, they were punk, but they did a lot of different things that I kind of liked.
Yeah, man. Like I said, coming off of Pavement, this was so refreshing. Like this I like the fact that it wasn't all the same droning on, the same sound, the same shitty sound over and over again, and the same shitty singer overpowering everything over and over again. And like, cause they come at this with the same type of like, the same approach to the vocals of like, kind of yelling and that talking, yelling type of thing where they're not trying to be super melodic with his vocals, but he's just, the speak yell type thing. Anyway, but he does it well, and he's in key, which is important because he fucking is, his voice sounds the same as the notes in the song. So that's really fucking refreshing. Yes,
I agree with that. Even though he is kind of marble mouth, he does it well. Like,
yes.
At least he has a fucking ear to the the music that's around.
Yeah, dude. He pulls off what the other guy was going for sure.
For sure. I agree. I agree with that.
On top of that, the band behind him isn't just playing da 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 just through the whole fucking song. There's some fucking variation. Like there's some interesting bass line, and there's some interesting guitar riffs that also don't sound like shit. They dialed in a tone with their amp that is definitely punk, and it's that like kind of fuzzy tone, but it's not washed out with harsh trebles, and just the mix isn't bad. And so these guys did everything right that Pavement didn't, is what I'm getting at.
And, well, we'll get that, yeah.
And that's The Clash. Thanks for listening.
Moving on. No, and, I feel like, well, we'll talk about this next time, but, I like that they laid these 3 albums back to back. So it's like, and we'll get into reviews tomorrow, into next time.
Right.
But
which I haven't listened to yet. So
anyway, yeah, it's kind of appropriate that they laid these three albums together. Anyway, that's for future reference. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the actual album. So the first song is Jenny Jones.
Janie Jones.
Jenny Jones. What do you feel, Bub?
It's a good introduction to this album, I think, because they come in, it's definitively punk, and they just, I don't know, they showcase what the band is all about. It's certainly not the best song on the album, but it gets across, the kind of voice that this band had. And it's just a fucking punk rock song. I don't know. It's got a good little beat. I was nodding my head coming straight into it, and it's a little bit catchy and a little bit punk and, well, a lot of punk, and they just lay the groundwork. And, I feel like that's a theme we've found in a lot of the albums we've discussed, is the first song kind of lays out, this is what you're in for. And again, we see it here.
For sure. It sets the tone for what it is to be.
Right. And I think that's gonna be a theme we continue to see, because I think that's the sign of a good album, right?
For sure. And, great start to this album. The thing is, this song, Andrew.
Yes.
Okay, alright. I don't know if you were gone or not. Okay.
No.
So this song, so the opening to this song was written about a singer called Jane Jones who used to have like sex parties. And like,
okay, that makes sense.
And like, that's the whole thing, is like, she like had crazy sex and drug parties and shit, and like everybody fucked each other and all that kind of stuff. So that's who Jenny Jones is about.
Okay.
But the person that they're talking about is is a dude who is frustrated with life and wants release, if that makes sense.
Well, that would that would explain the line, "Fill her up, Jacko."
Fill her up, Jacko. Yep. But it is a good start to this album. However, when listening to this song, that like the drum start.
Yeah.
That shit, that drum start, that was stolen from the band Sweet, who did the song Ballroom Blitz.
Oh, okay.
Does that not sound like...
I didn't put that together on my own, but now that you say it... Yeah.
It's a ballroom blitz.
It's a ballroom blitz! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that on my own, but now that you say it, it's way more obvious.
When I first listened to this album, I was like, I know this da-da-da-da-da-da. What is that? And then I was like, it's a ballroom blitz.
It makes sense why I was just nodding my head, like, okay, yeah. It's because I've heard this before. That makes so much more sense.
You have heard it, because it's from fucking Ballroom Blitz.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, it's, the idea of the song is just, it's a dude who wants release.
Yeah.
It's a guy who goes to work every day, and like, he's just frustrated with his job, and, he goes to the sex parties or whatever.
Right.
So just to fucking, just to get that out of his system.
Yeah, to fucking get off and to fucking just,
yeah, he's in love with the rock and roll world.
Yeah.
But, and that's the kind of the theme of this whole album is like,
that's certainly one way to de-stress. I've never been personally invited to a sex party, but,
oh, me neither. Well, well, there's three kinds of people. The ones who wait for the phone calls, the ones who get the phone calls, the ones who
make the phone calls, the ones who get the phone calls, and the ones who wait for it but never do.
Wait for thank you. Thank you.
I was picking up what you were putting down.
Anyway. Yeah. God damn it.
You can be invited to my sex party.
I could be. So theoretically I could be
well, yeah, if I was cool enough to have a sex party. So the next song is Remote Control.
God damn it. Damn it. Yeah, the next song is Remote Control. Oh, good lord.
This was
Okay.
on your list, right?
Yes, I like that it slows down the tempo and it hard. And what I liked about this song was that it started out like every verse, like when the verses started, it was like a ballad, like for like 2 lines.
Right.
And then they switched to like a strumming punk thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Push a button, activate, gotta work, you're late. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I like that. It was almost like a ballady to start like their verses, and then they strum into
the punk like mantra of the song, the underlaying the song or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a hard cut A/B. Yeah, that was an interesting way of putting the song together for sure.
Yeah, that was it. And yeah, that it's I don't know it. God, good lord.
Jesus, son.
Burping.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was kind of like this whole song, the idea I felt like what they were trying to do was this empathizing to a human and then blah, 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 and then like the sad and the chops. And the whole song is just basically about the odious machines of corporations and greedy folks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just keeping the man down kind of shit. The fun thing that they did do was mention the Daleks from Doctor Who.
Oh, no shit.
The Doom.
That's funny.
That's fun.
So they're just, it's the song that's against the man. We've seen that theme in a lot of songs, right?
It's just, keep the people down.
The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, the people get repressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they approach it with an interesting song structure. So that's, really nice.
That's what I liked about it. I think that's why it is one of my favorite songs, just because of it came in with like a ballad start, and then it chopped up like it.
So I guess it's kind of like analogous with like, okay, you get your corporate America job or whatever, and then you find out, oh, it's just grind, just like everything else, and nobody cares.
Damn, Andrew, that's really good. Yeah, I didn't think of. Yeah, it's like a dreamy fucking. Oh, you get a dream job. A goddamn grunt. That's actually a really good analogy. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I fucking live it, brother. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still do really cool shit, but I am the grunt, so. Like, it is what it is. I get to handle space shuttle parts, but I'm entry level, right? So.
Yeah, you're still Mr. What was it? What was his name? Mr. Bobos in Futurama with the monkey hat?
Yeah.
Bowler hat?
Yeah.
You're not a monkey. I mean, you are, but you're not. I love you. God damn.
Yeah, well, I'm,
I am what I am.
Shooting to quit the corporate world in a decade and just build guitars, right? So, and podcasts. I want to do this with you.
No, just to be our thing, but
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we could, yeah, hell yeah. Anyway, moving on to I'm so bored with the USA.
Yeah.
What's up?
This one was kind of here nor there for me. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was just kind of right in the middle. But this was on your list again too, right?
Yes. I just like mostly I didn't realize that, American influence in the British culture in these 80s. So like, the opening line of this song about a junkie ex-veteran, it's about a junkie who went to, Cambodia.
Right.
And this whole song is about like America policing for its own interests. And it's kind of, I don't know, I didn't realize that America had so much influence in European things like our shitty TV series and things like that. And It's kind of them saying like, okay, America, that's cool. You're doing a bunch of stuff. But the whole crux of this song is, I'm so bored of the USA, but what can I, and that's kind of where this album turns from.
Okay.
Is now I think these people have a lot of things to say.
Right.
But want to do shit about it.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where it crux for me, because we're listening to the Nixon tapes and we're tired of Starsky and Hutch and all this bullshit that we see about America on our screens. But what can I? So now they want to complain about everything.
So basically, what you're saying is, you didn't realize how much the U.S. had influence on in the UK during this time, and so what they're saying is like, we're seeing all of this shit on TV and it's all about the US and, I don't give a fuck. And, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it because I don't have influence.
Yeah. That's kind of the gist of it all is that, I guess when it's force fed in your throat about America,
right.
Blah, 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 blah. I did like the neat little breakdown at like the 120 mark. It had like a little mini solo. That was kind of fun. I like that. Mm-hmm. But the crux of this whole point is, the line is, I'm so bored of the USA, but what can I do?
Right.
And that's kind of the crux, is that it's not, that's kind of the thing that bothers me about this, what happens for the rest of the album. It's just that one line. But what can I do? It makes me feel like now it puts them in the point where they're just complaining about things, but have but don't do anything about it. Okay. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Okay. So does that make sense? Like,
yeah, no, I see. I think I get what you're saying. So this, for you, this is kind of a turning point of the album because, now, instead of, Remote Control or Janie Jones where they're just talking about, shit that they know. Now they're like, okay, well, here's a problem. I can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to bitch about it.
And I feel like that line trickles down for the rest of the album. Okay. It's just them complaining about things that happen throughout the rest. Like, they're gonna talk about things, but they don't do shit about it. Like, well, what can I do? Okay. So now, that's kind of the crux of the album, whereas it kind of made a point, but then they sat on their fucking ass about it. Okay. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right. Well, I think that actually, gives us a good segue into the next song, which is White Riot. White Riot. For sure.
Because, this song is just like, they open right up with it. White Riot, I want to riot, white riot, riot on my own, blah, 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 riot. Mm-hmm.
And this song was written about a riot in 1976 in Notting Hill that was about, a lot of I think a couple of the band members were in it, and it was a racially fueled riot by police injustice. Okay. So think of like Rodney King in 1976.
Yeah, yeah. Europe. Right. Yeah, that sounds a lot like the fucking civil rights movement in the United States with the fire hose riots and shit.
Well, yeah, like in Selma in 65, but this is cut to, 11 years later.
Yeah. Right. Right. In the UK.
But, yeah. And they, even in the song, the lyric is, blacks do something, whites get trained, and he's preaching to others to do something about it. Or the blacks throw a brick, or blacks throw a something, and the whites get schooled, or some shit like that. And then what he's saying is, like, the black people do something about their injustice, and the white people just sit down on their ass and just not do anything.
Right. So it's like the black public, they're getting up and taking a stand, and the white public is just kind of ignoring.
Pretty much, yeah, for sure.
Which is okay. Yeah. I mean, like, that's I feel like that's kind of how a lot of political movements, at least, either start or end. Because, you know, you see, like, people get riled up about shit all the time, and even in the US, like, people get riled up about shit, and, like, most of the nation just kind of ignores it. You know, I mean, we had our own civil rights movement, but that was very, very much not ignored by anyone in the US, really, because that was a big fucking deal. And it's gotten a lot better since then, which is good. There's always still injustices, right?
But I feel like that's kind of, even now, I feel like that's kind of been brought up. That shit has been bubbling up recently.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think there's
been a lot of
news about social injustice lately. It's been a topic that's been brought back into the public light for sure. And I think that there are, I think some of the problem that they're having is that some people take things out of context and start, getting loud about things that aren't necessarily as important as, like, we're still fighting for equal rights here. And, you know, other people, there's kind of an ignorance on both sides of the equation, right? So some of the loudest people say some really dumb shit, when the core group itself is like, hey, chill the fuck out. We need to get the real message out there. And the real message kind of goes ignored. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. The empty can makes the most noise.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And
then of course the response is at the same level of ignorance. The response that gets heard is at the same level of ignorance, and then it makes everybody feel like, and then it makes everybody on both sides feel like assholes when, instead of just sitting down at the table and having a fucking level conversation about it.
Exactly. And having a conversation about how do we solve this?
Right.
It's just the noise. Yeah, exactly. The empty can. Yeah, it's textured conversation, but, yeah, I guess, yeah. That's why I like this song a lot, because this was written in 1977 and we're in 2018.
Yeah, and this is
40
also,
years later.
And I mean, this is also an issue that's brought up by, you know, the youth in the 70s in England, and, like, we still see this kind of thing today, so it's still relevant, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy that you can look at an album 40 years ago and it's still relevant today.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it is a thing. So that leads us right into hate and war.
Hate and war. All right.
And you know, I hate to say it, but there's still some relevance in this too. This was one that I really liked, and the opening lyric is hate and war, the only things we got today, and it's also a catchy tune, so it kind of grabs your ears and pulls you in. But you know, like, one of the driving lines is hate, or it's one of the background lines, I should say, actually. And you know, like, one of the lines in this song that's pretty powerful is, "It is the currency."
Well, it's the state of man,
right?
And like, that's what, like, when I heard this song the first time, the first thing that came to my mind was Thomas Hobbes, when he said, life is short, nasty, brutish, nasty, brutish, short, and, was that Hobbes line that it's the state of man, that we're all terrible people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what we do, is we just hate each other and we go into war.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something that you see repeated through history. And you know, I like to try and approach people with some kind of optimism, you know, with some kind of, like, there's an inner conscious, and, like, people want, you know, I try to live in a way where it's like, we should be doing shit to make other people's lives better, because that's going to make your own life better, right? Like, you take what you give, what you take, and you take what you give, kind of thing. And they're very much calling out that that's not how people are. Just like what you were referencing, where people are garbage, and hate and war are the only thing we got today.
For sure. And then, I mean, I went really philosophical on this. This song hit me weird, and I got very philosophical. And I was thinking about, like, St. Augustine, where, what is the state of a man? It's to feed figs to a pig. They do stupid things because why not?
Right.
Because we do dumb things as people because we're people.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I think that's absolute. I think there's a lot of truth in that. And, you know, I mean, I was a stupid fucking kid, right? I did a lot of stupid shit, said a lot of stupid shit. But at some point, you learn how to grow the fuck up as a person, right? You learn how to be good to other people. And, this is, you know, I think getting into more of the philosophical side of things is not everybody does. And in fact, a lot of people don't learn how to grow as people, and they just foster that hatred, and that leads to, the empty cannon being the loudest. Is, you know, referencing back to the last song, that leads to that kind of behavior, is people just not shutting the fuck up and learning how to be adults.
Yeah, you're right.
So, man, we got a lot darker than I thought we were going to on this one.
But man, I have a lot of notes, and the hate and war. We did get a lot darker. But the thing is, shit. Well, fuck. Don't hate or war.
Well, I mean, you know, if we're gonna talk about the album, and the album's bringing up dark topics, so we're gonna have to bring up some dark points, right? Like, we can't all be,
no, for sure.
You know, can't all be the Beaver song from, you know, How I Met Your Mother.
Beaver Cleavers and shit like that, yeah.
Can't all be I Love You by Barney, you know. Please God, nobody request a Barney.
Oh man. But with that, what is a state of man? They're just destructive as a whole. And that's the whole, and in this song, they have conflicting ideals, which I feel like it's like the Ouroboros are pointing, but to also hate.
Right.
Which I feel like stated a lot in our current society.
Yeah, and again,
like,
we're seeing
I feel like that's like repeated all the time. It's like, oh, I want to love everybody, but fuck those people.
Yeah.
Like,
I think,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man, that's something you see repeated throughout history, time and time and time again. You know, it's like, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, how do we change that? You have to transform what a human is, and what is naturally produced by humans, and that's not really possible, and that's unfortunate. But that's the state of man, as you said.
Yeah, that song. Yeah, that song got me. It broke me down. I have like 3 pages of notes on that song, and I don't want to do that right now. But
well, maybe we can do that as like bonus content, where you just sit down and record like fucking an hour of just you analyzing that song.
This motherfucking song. Oh, I'll talk about this song. Anyway,
buckle up, motherfuckers. You're in for a ride.
You're in for a motherfucking ride. Step right up.
Oh man. Speaking of that, fucking. So I went to last weekend into last week. I went to Cleveland for work.
Yeah.
And, so I went with, this broad that I work with, and I mean, she's a nice enough person. I don't really think she's interesting. But whatever, like, nice enough person. We needed to go on this business trip. So, company got us a rental car and put us up each in our own hotel rooms and shit like that, paid for dinners and shit. But both ways, there and back, it's about a 5-hour drive, and she was like, "You can put on whatever music. I'm not really picky. Just, you know, I don't want to hear like sad, sappy country the entire time, you know. But just whatever. I'm pretty agreeable."
Bitch, you fucked up.
Well, yeah. So like, all right. So on the drive over there, she drove the first half, so I had a pretty good handle on like playing different shit out of my thing and just making sure I was pretty inoffensive. She drove the first half, I drove the second half, whatever. Well, and to its credit, the rental car had, like, I had my Spotify hooked up on Bluetooth, so, I could skip songs with the controls on the steering wheel of this rental car.
Sure.
And on the way back, I drove the entire way back because it was, there was a light snowstorm going on in Cleveland and this broad got in a wreck last year in the middle of a snowstorm. So I was like, I'm fucking driving. Like, you know, like I've been in wrecks too, but, you obviously drive too fast in the snow and I'm going to be a grandma and just drive slow, even though it's going to take a little longer. Cause I don't want to wreck the car.
65 all day.
Yeah, basically. So, and it cleared up right outside of Cleveland and it was bright and sunny, but I just kept driving. And, I was just kind of letting my playlist just fucking go. I was just letting it do whatever the fuck it wanted because I was like, at this point, I was tired and I just wanted to fucking focus in on driving and fucking get there, right? Get home. And like, I just was not stopping. I stopped once for gas and that was it. And I don't know, I'm a terrible road tripper because I have a baby bladder and I pee all the time, but not this time. We stopped once for gas and I was just fucking, we're going. And Step Right Up came on and I was like, fuck it. We're going with it. Like, and I'm just like, I'm mouthing the words along with this under my breath, which I don't know if she heard or not, but like you could tell whenever a song would come on that was like kind of uppy and poppy and shit, I could see in my peripheral vision, she'd be like tapping along with like tapping her foot along or tapping her knee or something like that. And this song comes on and it's just like awkward silence. and like, I could tell just out of my peripheral vision that she was not enjoying this, but I did not give a fuck. Like, I was like, this is one of my favorite songs. I'm gonna mouth the words under my breath and just fucking go with it. And as you know, it's like fucking 5 or 6 minutes long.
It's like a 7-minute song.
Yeah, it's long as fuck.
It's long as.
It's just going and it's talking about, there's a couple of lines in it that are really fucking risque, like a dark angel named Blondie smashes cans of tall boy Pabst Blue Ribbon in between her titties. And like shit like that. These $5 hookers suck the blood from your toes.
It's just another
My
lost
soul. Yeah, man.
With a crack pipe lip, she blows me a kiss.
So
John in the corner, she can
turn her tricks. Step right. Oh man. I was just like, fuck it, man. At least it's not a lap dance is always better when the stripper's crying, you know? Like,
oh man.
Like that, I heard the intro to that song come on during this drive and I was like, nope. Nope. We're done with that. We're not playing Bloodhound Gang on this road trip. Like, I'm okay with her knowing I'm weird enough to listen to the Step Right Up, but, nope.
But I don't know. I don't want her to know lonelier than Kunta Kinte.
Hey everybody, sorry about the harsh break. My computer crashed last night, so we're going to finish this up today, the next day. A little transparent.
Yes, we are. And I'm a little more sober, so that's fun. I was a little shithouse. I was kind of shithouse last night.
That's
I'm
okay.
glad I can speak coherently today. Okay. Alright, so we're moving on to What's My Name?
That's not my name.
My name? And that song, she never says her name.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So what'd you think about this song?
First off, wow. Just wow with this song. This is about a rapist.
Okay.
Like hands down about a rapist. Like, very much so. Yeah. I liked, when I first listened to it, I was like, okay, cool, fucking, it was kind of up, what's my name? Like, something you could cheer real easy and like.
Right.
And like, it's kind of a good bouncy song. And then I read the lyrics. Holy shit, this guy rapist, like a fucking, oh my god. So maybe the only notes I have is fucking, this reminds me of the Mexico from the Toadies.
Oh, okay.
When you realize that song was about like, oh my god.
Yeah.
About a fucking kidnapping, raping person, or the fucking, the Beck song, the nicotine grape.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my. Yeah, so, no, that's all I have is wow. This song's about wow.
But it is catchy and poppy and fun to listen to. So that's
no, it very much is. Like they did a good job. The song is just wow. Like the message is pretty fucking wow.
Yeah. That seems like something that we are starting to see more and more of, or at least starting to recognize more and more of.
How many songs are about rape? Like,
yeah.
Like an oddly uncomfortable amount?
Right. Yeah, that's kind of where my head's at too.
Also, about creepy fucking things. Remember when we did the legend at the very end, the song about the girl? What's his name?
The creepy underage girl in that Zeppelin song, right?
Yeah. Okay, there's a story about fucking dude, about that guy, and a creepy, and fucking being a creepy fucking, like he, like, I don't know if it's true. I read this on the internet, I'm not 100% if it's true.
Well,
but
I mean, if you read it on the internet, it's gotta be right.
He apparently, like, stalked this underage girl, and then, like, finally, like, kidnapped her and made her, like, a sex slave for, like, a couple of months or some shit.
Jesus.
Like, would lock her in, like, up, like, and chain the door and shit.
I mean, some people are into being gimps, I guess.
Well, against her will.
Well,
That's not how that works.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
don't know. Like I said, I saw it on the internet, not 100% it's true, but if it is, holy shit. Anyway, song about rape. So, moving on, let's go ahead and move on to Deny.
You're such a liar.
Yeah. What do you think?
This was an alright song. It's not my favorite on the album. It's kind of middle of the road for me.
Yeah, me too. It's okay. I like that it's a kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I like that. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. I get that. It's just kind of, I don't know. Like it's not a bad song.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty, I feel like, tropey message kind of going on with it in the background too. And then, it's not like, uniquely standout-ish like some of the other songs are.
Yeah. I agree. It's not the best, but the songs an person, and this is just them calling out that piece of shit friend of theirs.
Yeah, something like that.
Or ex-friend or something like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, okay, it's cool. Hey, sound a little better?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. You kind of sound a little more, your signal sounds stronger too.
Yeah, baby. I'll give it to you stronger.
Yeah. Work it harder, better, faster, stronger. Mm-hmm. Oh, so, since I'm talking about Daft Punk, I got a new job, and we have our like head dude in the office that I work at. Mm-hmm. He likes to play like a lot of techno music.
Okay.
Like not good techno music, like dance music. And the other day he was playing it, and I fucked up and sat close to kind of where the music comes from, which I normally like to sit kind of in the middle so I don't have to hear their bullshit.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, I was like, God damn it, this bullshit ass music. And then fucking Daft Punk came on. I was like, okay, cool. I can handle the next 3 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we can. So the one like, gasp of hope in the fucking 8 hours I have to listen to shitty, trash, goddamn techno trans bullshit. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Well,
anyway.
See, the solution to that is you just take, a low dose Molly all day long and your workday is just immediately better, right?
Yeah, I guess I could now that I think about it. Like,
just
I take like a quarter of an X or some shit. Yeah, just microdose like a motherfucker. Honestly, they really don't give a shit about what I do at work, because I've literally gone down and had like my flask of rum and taken drinks during breaks. Like taking a drink, and had a fucking 2 or 3 drinks, at lunch. Don't give a fuck. Come back and like,
all right, well, okay, cool. Whatever makes you better for the customer, I guess.
I don't know, man, but now that I know I can drink at work all day, it's kind of refreshing. Like, it's like, get drunk. Fuck it, I don't care anymore.
I'm not doing anything I can hurt myself with, so fuck it. Yeah.
Fuck it. Kind of. Also, I hope nobody listens to this, but oh well. But if they do, fuck it, I don't care. Fire me. I don't give a shit. I hate this job anyway. I drink all day. There it is. Anyway, moving on to
London's burning.
London's burning. I just have a question mark on this song.
Okay.
I didn't get it. I didn't know what they were trying to say with this.
This is just straight up Out on the Town Drinking song.
That's what you got for this song?
Fuck yeah. All across the town,
Really?
all across the night, everybody's driving full headlights, black or white, turned it on, face the new religion, watching television, then fucking London's burning with boredom. Like, so up and down the Westway, in and out the lights, traffic system, spend the night, like speeding around, yellow lights, fucking subway looking for the flat is the end of the night, like towards the end of the song, like that third verse. Now I'm in the subway looking for the flat. He's just fucking wasted a night out on the town. That's what I got out of this song.
Oh, I did not get that. I wrote industrialism? ? I read too much into this.
Yeah, man, I think this is just a party song. That's how it came off to me straight up. Before I looked at the lyrics or anything like that, that's how it came off to me. Cause the kind of just like chaotic, driving beat behind it. I mean, it's not really chaotic. There's definitely a rhythm there and a melody and all that stuff. But I mean, just that kind of like, drinking and anarchy all across the night. And that's our like Saturday or whatever, you know?
Oh. Okay, it's more like that Hank 3 song, the fucking I've been kicked out of every bar in this town, right?
Yep, that's a perfect analogy to this song. That's exactly what this is.
I've been kicked around, I've been thrown out every damn bar in this song.
Yep. This is just, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to find a deeper meaning and I couldn't find it. That's why there was a big question mark. I thought they were trying to say something. Like, no, we just like to get fucked up.
Yeah, man, I don't think this is a deep song. It's another fun song, but
no, it's a really fun song. I like this song a lot. I like that. Now that I know it's about just getting fucked up, I appreciate it more. I know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah,
like, oh, I can fucking relate to these dudes now.
Oh, they just want to get fucked up. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, got it. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and move on to career opportunities.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me about this song.
Okay, so what I'm assuming from, I mean, it's pretty straightforward as far as what they're trying to say is that, society's telling them to conform and do something productive with your life. Don't be a slag, and it's kind of that resistant, it's them resisting the options available. It's kind of, honestly, this song, I feel like encapsulates the movie SLC Punk. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, okay.
It had like Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they're in fucking Utah, Salt Lake City. And
Salt Lake City.
So they gotta like go across the border to get booze and shit, and they're just like all about anarchy. So this is just the anti 9-to-5 follow up to the last song.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I gathered from this. And it's up into that, like, especially in that line at the end of SLC Punk, where he's like, fuck it, I'm probably gonna be a lawyer and sell the fuck out.
Right.
But I'm being a punk anyway, like, I just wanted to fuck off and be an asshole. That's kind of what I'm assuming. They're just saying that, you know, what I gather is that they're just the angst against,
doing the normal,
conforming to a normal Joe Blow fucking job, do it.
Right, yeah.
They want to give you to keep you off the dock, something to make you do something to keep you off the docks or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, to keep you from being, you know, whatever, riffraff, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And why did you ask? What do you got?
No. I get that too. I was just curious because this was one of the ones that I think you liked well.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't one of my, I don't remember what my top 3 were because I kind of made them off the top of my head because I forgot.
Right.
Forgot to do that in my notes, but, it was okay.
Yeah. It was a little catchy. I think it builds well on the last one if you're listening to this in order.
For sure. I think, I actually think this album's arranged pretty well. I like the pacing and I like
I feel like
with all the songs they do, like they organized it well.
Yeah, and I feel like there's definitely, you know, kind of that punk anarchy theme going on overall, but they kind of, I think you're right with the way they organize it. Just kind of it's very leading, and it's almost it's not linear, but it's sub, I guess.
Yeah, you could say that for sure. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put that, to put how this is organized. I did what else? There's something else I was gonna say. Damn it, I forgot. Yeah, no. I think that's what I kind of liked because I felt like when I was listening to the album as a whole, like there would be like let's say like a 3 or 4 song stretch where like there was I like this song, and then the other 2 were like, okay, these are okay, and then like there was a song that I was like, I kind of don't care for, but then the next song would immediately catch my attention. Like, okay, and we're back. Like,
right.
Like when I started to kind of like tune out, like, okay, and then the next song just would grab my attention and bring me back in.
Right.
So I never felt like I was like when I listened to the album over, there wasn't anything like, there wasn't like a stretch of like, in some albums, you know, where there's like a stretch of like 4 songs where you're like, fucking Christ, just get over it.
Yeah.
But, it never did that for me. Like there would be like one song I was like, ugh. And then the next song would come on. I was like, okay, I really like this song.
Right. So the way they set up the pacing in this just really fucking worked.
Yeah, I think that's one of the high points of this album is just, I never like saw even when I was driving, listening to this in my car driving, you know, I'd float out of attention during a song, but then like I said, the next 1 or 2 songs later, it immediately bring me back in like, oh shit, okay. And then I get immersed, and which would, you know, so I don't know. I think they did that well. I think that's a really good thing that they did in this album that I noticed for me personally.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you there. They have, you know, a couple of like little sub points that they're making throughout that they kind of just blend well different. You know, just the kind of overall structure of the anarchy they're going for. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, also, that was what I was going to say. I know apparently doing the research, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but, this album isn't the one that was on the list that we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
This
was it supposed
the UK one?
Right. See,
it was supposed to be the American version.
Yeah, we mentioned that last night too. And
okay.
I listened to the UK version also, and it's all good. I don't think it really matters.
Well, I do have to say that there were 3 songs that got replaced from the European album to the American album.
Yeah, but I mean, if this is going to be your introduction to the Clash, either way, you got it.
No, for sure. But I have to say the American version, the 3 songs that they did switch were better. Like it was kind of the same idea, kind of like when we were talking about Led Zeppelin, where Houses of the Holy.
Okay.
The song got dropped from the album because they did a better song that was kind of in the same style.
Okay.
They did that for the American version. So there were 3 songs on there, which one of them being the I Fought the Law. The old I Fought the Law.
Oh, right.
Law
Okay.
one.
Okay.
They did that one, and that was here instead of, I can't remember which one it was, but I do.
Police and Thieves, maybe?
I think so.
But see, I really liked Police and Thieves. I think I like that song better than I Fought the Law, if I'm being perfectly honest.
No, maybe not.
It matches up theme-wise with it, so that's why.
The themes, but these songs were, the American, like the 3 songs that, they were a lot better. So the American version, the one that is on this list, I think they are correct that would be a better album. And they did a little more, the arranging was different. Not too much, but a little more so.
Okay.
Which I didn't make note, man, damn it, I looked it up last night and I didn't make any notes about it. Because
that's fine. I mean,
talking about it, but
I didn't listen to any of those 3 songs, so I don't think it's, you know, like I'm not going to have anything to say about it anyway, so. But
I just wanted to mention that the American version is better. Like, I think they did a better job, and I think they dropped Jenny Jones for something else, and they dropped, which I like Jenny Jones, but they dropped it for something else, and I think they dropped, I want to say, I can't remember. I couldn't tell you, man. I think Police and Thieves was dropped for something, but in a better style.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Next one is Cheat.
This is one of my favorites. That's why I have a star on it.
Okay. Go for it.
I did like this one. I just liked it. I liked the pace. I liked everything about this song. Like, even the message, like, hey man, lie, cheat, and steal is the only way to get ahead.
Yeah.
And, rules are made to keep the masses down.
Yeah, I don't know. This one for me was just kind of another middle of the road song. If I'm being perfectly honest, it didn't super stand out, but it didn't fall behind really either. So
Yeah, I mean, it's not the strongest song on this album, but I did like it. I did like it. It kept my attention really well. I just like, hey man, if you ever played a board game with me, I'm gonna try to cheat my fucking ass off. Like, I'm gonna fucking do everything I can to cheat my fucking ass off.
Yep. Which is why I'm, like whenever we do get around to having a D&D session, like I'm glad that you're the DM and that I don't have to DM you, cause I would just be this motherfucker all the time, just all the time.
And he tries to cheat all the time.
Just
hold on, let me look in the book. God damn it, because whatever spell you're gonna cast, I'm gonna have to look up to make sure you can actually do this spell. And
trying to game the system the whole time.
Say what?
Just trying to game the system the whole time. But I guess we all do that to a certain extent. But you're pretty good at it. So
I call it playing creatively.
Yeah.
If it's not explicitly in the rules, it seems like I should be able to do it.
Yeah, unless it's something that works against you, in which case, motherfucker, that's not how the rules work.
Oh, no. Well, then you ignore the rule. It doesn't help me. It's more of a suggestion, not a rule. I remember one time, you, me, and, my ex and her sister were playing a game. And I remember, my ex got really mad because her sister and I both like to cheat at games. She's like, I can't fucking play with you two together. You're fucking cheating at. We looked at her like, I'm not cheating. I'm just didn't say I couldn't do it. Her sister and I very much fed off each other trying to manipulate the system to do what we wanted to do.
You just gotta, just try to slide your sneaky little bitch ass under the low fence or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. You give me an inch, I'm gonna take 5. And hopefully you don't notice. And if you do notice, I'm gonna get 2.5. Anyway, okay, moving on to, Protex Blue.
Okay, so I really like this song, until I looked at the lyrics and until I looked at
you realized what it was about.
Until I realized what the fuck Protex meant. Just because, okay, so, and still, I mean, I'm still gonna keep this in my top 3 because fuck it, like, that's what I said yesterday and I'm gonna stick with it, but,
yeah, well, hold on, before you get into that, why do you like this song? Like, what about this song makes you like it?
Oh man, just the fucking, okay, so the guitar riff in this song, the bass line in this song, just the way that this comes together, musically, is leaning towards, man, it's leaning more towards like, I guess classic rock than it is towards the rest of like this album.
I completely agree. Yeah.
So for me, it's just like this leans more towards, since it leans more towards that classic British rock than it does towards like new age punk, which is kind of what this band is defining. I get that hint of like, I guess nostalgia for, British rock and, like the older stuff. And so that's where it grabbed me. And, I didn't really pay all that much attention to what he was saying in this song until I opened up this tab and started reading the lyrics, and I was like, oh, this is Little Red Corvette. This is the British fucking punk Little Red Corvette. And alright, I'm fucking still in. Like, I'm still in. I like this line, but I don't think it fit my beady drill. That's fucking fantastic. Oh man.
Yeah, this is, so to drop the illusion, this song's about a condom machine.
Yeah. So Protex is a brand of condoms in Britain. And, I did not fucking know that until I started reading about the lyrics today. So,
I didn't either. And it makes me think of at the old Spur, they had in the bathroom, they had a fucking condom / sex toy / horny goat weed fucking little 75 so you put your quarters in, you turn a little thing and you get your condom or whatever it was.
Yep. Or a little cock ring or like something weird. Like
little
So yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So, a little packet of
So
lube.
have you ever bought? Have you?
Oh fuck yeah. I've been oh fuck yeah. I've been a teenager that was too embarrassed to go to Walmart to buy condoms before and happened to have 75 cents in my car. Like, oh, I gotta stop for gas. I'm gonna go in and get a soda and there you go.
And you go to the bathroom and you get a condom out of the thing. Also, have you tried the horny goat weed?
No, but I damn sure know you have.
I have, and it's fucking, man, horny goat weed's cool, man. I dig it. Like I want to get a box of it and like take it all the time because man, that shit, like I don't know what it does, like what's in it or whatever. It's like but man, I felt like I've never been funnier when until like I had a fucking horny goat weed and I was fucking on, like I felt like I was on point all the time. Like
maybe that's the secret to stand up that nobody talks about.
Is the horny goat weed and
yeah.
Well, okay, so is it, now that's gonna bring up the question. Does it have to come out of a machine?
Well,
like, does it have to, like, is it the drop from the slot to the metal receptacle bin?
I mean, no, but
good, or is
no,
it like,
but it's funnier that way because then you get to call it a sex machine.
That is true. It is a sex machine.
I know. And they are like, probably about half of these things that I've seen in like bathrooms, depending on its age, has like the full list of everything that's in it. So if you're just standing there taking a piss, you're face first with one of these things at like a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got all kinds of stupid, dumb shit. I'm not going to look it up, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but
yeah, no,
always real dumb.
Man,
and fuck yeah, like. You get, it's just a extra thing you can talk about, I guess. Sex machine. Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I'm also, horny goat weed, could you please sponsor us? Cause I'm a big fan of you. I'm a big fan of your product. I think everybody should try it once cause it's fucking amazing. And I've done some pretty good performances on it.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, my man.
And some of them were in the sheets. So anyway, horny goat weed. If you haven't tried it, go to your local shitty gas station that you really don't want to sit down to pee in. Like if you have to sit down to go to the bathroom in there, don't.
Right. Yeah, these things are never in like really, really nice like gas station.
Oh no, it's always in some like shithole like where, prostitutes hang out, like
yeah.
Like that. But I encourage everyone out there, if you've got spare 75, you got spare 3/4 and you happen to be in a shitty bathroom and it has horny goat weed, we know, fucking get it and try it.
We know anybody that's listening to us has an ashtray full of spare change in their car. Just fucking go to the skeeziest gas station in your town and drop 75 cents in that little machine and get yourself some horny goat weed.
Get you some horny goat weed. It comes highly recommended. It gets the Shane approval. Like,
and then take a bunch of it and, give someone the goat.
Get that goat. Yeah. And you get that goat.
And you get that goat.
You get that goat.
All right, so now that we've taken our respective horny goat weed, the next song is Police and Thieves.
Police and Thieves.
Police and Thieves.
Why don't you take the lead on this one? Because I don't have a lot of good things to say about it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought this was catchy, and I really enjoyed the kind of melody behind it.
Yeah.
It's just like, fucking, I don't know, police and thieves on the streets, scaring the nation with their guns and ammunition. So it's a pro-pacifism song, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of is. I don't know. I like it had this fun, what I do like about this song is that it had that like, which I think on what was the other song that sounded like this?
Okay, how many notes do you have about this? Because I am seeing something that I didn't know about this song on this website.
Not too many. It did. It sounded. I mean, it had that. I did like that, like kind of, like almost Rastafarian kind of Jamaican sound to it. Like
okay.
That's Sublime punk style.
That's because this is a cover
of a reggae song by a guy named Junior Marvin.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's only one fucking side note on this song on the Genius Lyrics website, and it's the first exploration of genres outside of punk, originally a reggae song by Junior Marvin. So
this was a reggae song beforehand.
yeah, so maybe that's
that's
why it
why,
stuck out to me as different and why I liked it, because I didn't know that. I honestly didn't put that together, and it totally makes sense about why the message is like totally the opposite of anarchy.
Okay, yeah. No. I mean, I was gonna say it did, like I said, it does sound like a reggae song. The only, it's kind of that, what was that, the Stanford experiment, or there was a teacher back in the 50s who did an experiment with, kind of about racism and stuff.
Okay.
And she would separate the class between the blue-eyed kids and the brown-eyed kids.
All right.
And, what she would do is that, 1 week, like for 2 weeks, what she would do is she'd separate the class from either blue-eyed kids and brown-eyed kids. And then she would treat the blue-eyed kids for 2 weeks as race, hey, these are subclass
lesser people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd expect that from a blue-eyed kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they get their homework done or something like that, that's because you're a blue-eyed kid. And then she'd flip it after 2 weeks and then do the same thing to the opposite to kind of teach about just social inequality.
Right. Just give people that have never just give people that have never experienced it a taste.
Exactly, of what it's like to live it. Exactly. And it would fuck kids up. They wouldn't do as well. Students who were during that time, she got her PhD in this. God, if I could remember her name, damn it, I can't remember. But, real famous teacher back in, anyway. So she would do this to her students just to expose them to that. And just to show them hey, this segregation shit isn't cool. And this is what it feels like to, anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then also, it makes me think of that, and also the Stanford experiment where they took a bunch of kids, all college kids, and for I think 2 weeks, what they did was they put them in a jail situation.
Okay.
And so half they're all the same, they're all kids who didn't quite know each other, but they all went to Stanford at the same time.
Right.
And they put them in a prison for 2 weeks.
Don't know exactly why each one of them is there. Why each other are there.
No. They all.
No, I mean they're all taking this class, but I don't know what your background is and why you ended up in Stanford, and you don't know why I'm here and how I got admitted. But it's the privileged upper class version, and so this experiment just basically flips that upside down.
No, not at all. Yeah,
I know. I'm reaching at straws here, just trying to come up with some weird outside obscure philosophical idea, but I know it's not really working. So
no. What happened was all these kids, they assigned half the kids as prison inmates, and the other half as policemen or guards.
Okay, guards, right?
Yeah. And so, after, 2 weeks, they had to cut the experiment short because, the people who were the guards, started to actually, they got this, pseudo sense of bravado and, actually started treating the prisoners really, really poorly. And, they were beating them and stuff like that and fucking with them. The guards would fuck with, literally, beat the shit out of, the prison, the quote unquote prisoners. Right. who weren't, they were all the same. And yeah, they had cut it short. And it was a whole fucking, it was a whole thing. It was a big deal back, I think it was the 60s or 70s when they did this. And, it went into the psychology of, the people who are prisoners feel, they were fucked up. They were, their will was broken, defeated kind of. And then the people who were guards were kind of got this, megalomaniac style fucking thought process that they were better or whatever, but they were all at the beginning they were all the same, but after the end of it, they were fucking it was fucked up. In fact, I think they did a movie about, they did make a movie about it. starred, what's that guy's name? The real skinny guy. Adrian Brody.
Oh, okay.
Adrian Brody was in it. Yeah, and it was prisoners, and it was like these people like beating them with fucking like, kind of like a Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket. They were beating them with like soap, like soap wrapped in towel, soap wrapped in towels and shit like that. Yeah, it was all fucked up.
That is fucked up.
But the idea is for this son that what they're trying to say is that police and thieves are only separated by bars.
Okay.
Like that they're the same people. Like criminals are the best cops, and cops are the best criminals.
Yeah, so it's like they have, so the public has the same type of reaction to this kind of person, but it's just kind of depending on which side of the bars you're on is what defines it.
Exactly. That, well, just the idea that, I went to school with a guy who was a drug dealer in Dallas.
Okay.
Like, he used to sell like a ton of money. Then he came down to Kingsville to get his degree in law enforcement, and now he's like a cop. So, like criminals make the best police and police make the best criminals kind of thing.
Right.
That the only thing that separates a cop and a criminal is a bar. Anyway, I think that was kind of their.
If they were gonna make a superhero story about this guy, he would be super narc. Okay.
Super dark?
Yeah.
I'm unaware.
Huh?
Is that a real thing or are you making it up?
No, it was a shitty joke.
Dog, you are falling fucking flat with your bullshit ass joke. You need to step your fucking game up.
Yeah. Well, okay, so, alright, so.
Oh god, what?
So if we ever get invaded by, space vampires, we'll never see them coming because telescopes all work on mirrors.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a thinker too. It's a bit of a thinker. It's a head scratcher.
Yeah, I guess it's still awful. But that
no. You're climbing the rungs back from that hole you dug a while ago.
Yeah, well,
you're not quite out. I mean, you're like 3/4 down. You're getting higher.
It's okay. I'll make it up with my penis.
In his pants.
In my pants.
The third Harvey Birdman reference, if no one's caught that.
Yeah, so.
And no one will.
Yeah, I know. But it's us.
Speaking of Harvey Birdman, have you seen the new one that came out? I saw an ad for it.
I have not seen a trailer and I haven't seen the production. Is it already out?
Apparently it came out in October.
Oh. I remember telling you about this, but I don't remember if I knew what the fuck I was talking about. And, if it's already out, then I need to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like we both fucking fell on our face on that one.
Yeah, no shit. Cause like, I remember reading about it and then I just completely forgot about it.
I remember we talked about it because I fucking flipped out that they were doing a Harvey Birdman thing. And then oddly enough, I think yesterday I was on my Facebook or some shit like that and I saw it and it comes out October 28th. I was like, it came out in October? What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I was very upset with myself.
Yeah.
The only reason that made me think of that was because I did watch Freaknik the musical like a week ago.
Fuck, this did come out in October. What the fuck are we doing with our lives, dude?
Failing hard.
All right,
yeah,
so
we're not.
So next time we record, hopefully we'll both have watched this.
Yeah. No, I'm doing that after. Well, damn it, Richard's playing. Richard. Our good buddy Richard, who the Inspirato,
right?
The creator of the Chicharron is actually playing tonight, so I'm gonna go see him.
Yeah.
But I don't have any money, so I'm trying to get as loaded as much as I can at the house. And then I somebody gave me an edible that I'm gonna take and just chill and listen to Richard play music.
Fucking A, man. Is it, Los Guys? Is, George gonna be there with him?
Yeah. Yeah. It's George and Richard. Yeah.
Nice. That's, man, they have a good act.
They do very well. Oh, also, I know we talked about it, maybe, but I don't remember talking about it. When are you coming down? Are you coming down?
Yeah,
for
Christmas. I will be down. I'm flying in Friday the 21st, and I am leaving Wednesday the 26th.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get there Friday at like 11 o'clock. No, that's when I get that's when I land. I'll get there Friday at like midnight, and I don't know where I'll be.
Do you want me to pick you up?
No.
Okay.
Cause my brother will be down, my parents will be waiting to see me. It'll be midnight.
No, what I'm saying is I'll be in Corpus on Friday. I can pick you up and drop you off where you need to be.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. Thanks for offering,
well, fuck
but
you then.
No, I just, it's like, if I need it, I'll let you know, but just right off the top of my head, I probably won't. I don't know. My parents will probably just want, you know what I mean?
For sure. Okay. I'm not going to take that away from them. Okay, cool. I just wanted to, I know we talked about it. I had a lot of alcohol yesterday in a very short amount of time. There's a new restaurant in town that, Derek took me to last night, and, it's BYOB.
Ah, okay.
And Derek's brother works for, the Deep Eddies.
Oh, okay.
So Derek has like shingles of bottles of vodka, like all the time. So he brought an entire bottle of peach vodka that we pretty much killed in about an hour and a half between four people.
Yeah, that'll get you pretty shitty.
And then we were recording, and that's why I was kind of sloppy.
Hey man, that's okay. I still enjoyed myself right up until my computer blue screened. And then I freaked the fuck out for a little bit because I was like, I don't even know if it's going to restart. So when that happened, the computer said like, hey, something fucked up. We're going to fix it and then we're going to restart your computer. It never restarted itself. It never turned itself off. I had to fucking force kill it and,
oh shit.
And bring it back up. And so that kind of freaked me out a little bit, and it came back and it recovered pretty much everything. So, and I have everything on a mechanical backup as well.
Okay, cool.
So it's not that big a deal. But you know, that episode had the potential to be completely lost. Anyway,
oh shit, we're not done.
No, we got two more songs. All right, so the next song, the next song is 48 Hours.
40 Hours. Okay. What do you think?
Kind of middle of the road again for me. I mean, this was a good song, but I guess I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it's very much a weekend warrior song. Like you got 40 hours, fucked up, and do his 48 hours, 48 thrills or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Just sounds like it's a good song, kind of a la London is Burning.
Yeah. I think Pumped Up. Yeah, I think it's right in that vein. I think that's exactly where it lies. And so yeah, I don't know. London's Burning is probably better than this one for me.
I know. I think it's okay. I don't know why, but let me look something up because I have the note Bill Cosby, and I don't know why. I didn't make a note. It just says Bill Cosby, little M, and I don't know why
I don't need 48 hours to get that puddin'.
I'm gonna look this up real quick. Because there was something I was going to say about Bill Cosby, but I don't know why I wrote Bill Cosby.
Well, he was a young white British teen in the 70s.
What? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was.
Yeah. No. He was very much not. Okay.
You're going back down that hole, man.
I know.
You're doing so well going up, and you just didn't.
Hey man, sometimes I'm just not on my game. I was better last night before I freaked myself out.
Oh.
So.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Yeah, now I'm looking at it. Yes. Okay, now I understand the Bill Cosby reference.
Did you produce the song?
Yes. Sponsored by Downer by Ruth.
Sponsored by the chocolate pudding.
And Kodiak Film and Jello Pudding.
Jello Pudding.
Now, there was a line. There's a song. It's 48 hours. Basically, Friday or Saturday. What does that mean? Short space of time in a heavy scene. Monday is coming like a jail on week. Blah blah blah. You got 40 hours to get as stupid fucked up as possible until you have to go back to work.
Right.
And Bill Cosby, in his, I think it was, the stand-up was called Himself. and he talks about, people just getting destroyed, like they would get fucked up as humanly possible, and then come to work on Monday like, man, I'm glad to see you. If I had one more day off, I would have killed myself. Friday night they go out and they get all fucked up. Saturday they get all shitty. Sunday they recover. Then Monday they come back. Oh God, I'm glad to see you fuckers. I might not have made it if I had another day off. So yeah.
I mean, so welcome to college. You know,
life.
Yeah, I guess that too.
I feel like this song is like Bradley Cooper in The Hangover.
The Hangover, yeah.
When he's like the teacher, and he's like, "All right, fuck you, I don't care. It's Friday, 5 o'clock, I don't care. Bye."
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get destroyed. I'll see you fuckers on Monday. I don't care.
Yep. Yeah, man, my time off is my fucking time.
So. Don't ask questions. I won't ask about you. About mine. I'm gonna politely nod in the hallway for him.
All right, we got one last song, and it's Garage Land. So,
yes.
What did you think about this?
Meh.
All right.
At best.
Yeah. This is just, man, it's acknowledging their roots. And even though this is like their first studio album, this is like, or not even studio. They recorded this in their grandmother's fucking, so go grandma. But,
yeah.
This is just their fucking, being proud of where they're coming from, you know?
I saw it in a different, I feel like it was like a song about wanting to regress back to their roots.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like, they want to go back to the old days of what they were doing back in the garage.
Just having fun. No responsibility behind it,
yeah.
All that shit.
And then like when you're doing whatever you're doing professionally, it takes the joy out of.
Well, I mean, certainly it can't take all the joy out of it, or else you wouldn't keep doing it, right?
I wouldn't say all the joy. It's more structured and stringent.
Right. Like
now because
you have responsibility.
This is now your job.
Yeah. This is what's paying your bills. You have a responsibility to maintain this in a way that, to a certain extent, that people expect you to.
For sure, absolutely.
You know, you have a responsibility to deliver content. That's how you're getting paid. And so you better deliver content and you better go tour. And, maybe it's not as fun as just dicking around with the boys and having beers in the garage. But, so I guess, yeah, okay.
Does that make sense? Like, it's the, who was it? There was some philosopher, God damn it. I wish I had written my notes. There was a philosopher who talked about, is a man truly free?
Oh, right. Okay.
And he talks about the chains of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you free? Well, I am free. Are you? Well, you have to do this, right? Yeah.
Right. And okay. So how free are you? How,
yeah.
And, to what extent is that acceptable, for your own psyche?
For sure. How comfortable are you giving freedom?
Right.
To
maintain stability.
Exactly. And this is, just kind of that nostalgia of wanting to do
back when we were kids,
what they're doing,
we
back
could just
when we were just fucking around and doing whatever. This was a fun project.
You could just go down the street and fucking play video games, with your group of friends all fucking day long because you were a kid and that's what you did in the summertime. And this is them doing that with the garage band. Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's just them wanting to
I totally see that connect.
Which I kind of want to, I want to make a connection to like Tadpog that, when they started, like they were doing it twice a week and they were having fun. It was all goofy and light. And then like the odious, like when they started going to once a week, like they just couldn't, like Tyler just couldn't do it. Like he was just having this issue like, hey man, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, man, they were just getting burnt out because that wasn't the thing that was supporting their life.
What made it fun? Yeah, it was fun because they liked doing it. But when it became so odious that it was like, God damn, we have to play 2 games a week.
How much of a job do you want this to be? And
exactly. And
is the reward worth it? And they've very much shown that for a long time it really was, and now it's once a week. And that's totally respectable because, I mean, these dudes work full time just like the rest of us. And, they still get together once a week religiously to do this. And that's, I mean, like huge props. Plus it inspired a whole litany of podcasts.
Yeah. I know for sure us. I know for sure, Kyle.
Yeah.
From
yeah.
Experience
Grind
I know
for sure. Hops and
I'm
Heroes. Right?
Hops and Heroes. I know, Sean from Nerdy Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm damn sure Ben.
Yeah,
from
for
Street
sure.
Pizza.
Definitely Street Pizza. And so like, you know, and these are like, you know, you introduced me to Tadpog. And of course the first episode I listened to is Nekapara, which is, just fan-fucking-tastic.
Was that your first episode?
Oh,
For
fuck
real?
yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Cause I went down to, and I spent the fucking weekend at the lake house with you and Casey.
Oh,
And you had been
right.
badgering me about this forever. Forever
For
you'd be
ages, yeah,
back.
for ages.
Like a year. Like a fucking year. And I was just like, man, I just, you know, like, at the, you know, when you started listening, I wasn't really into the podcast at all. And then when I did start listening to podcasts, you're like, dude, now that you listen to podcasts, listen to this shit. And then the first episode was Nekapara that I heard, and I heard it on my drive back to, West Texas. And, I was fucking sold immediately.
Like, which is the most cringiest, cringiest episode of theirs.
Oh God. It's the game is just so, like it's so like, don't get me wrong, I'm a man who can appreciate some hentai here and there, but, like,
they toe that line.
oh man, these are your cat children slaves, sex slaves,
Yeah.
like, that's fucked up. But the way they handled it and the way they approached it was just fucking, I was hooked immediately. I mean, they'd been doing it for what, 5-6 years at that point. So
I couldn't confirm or deny, but yeah, they've been doing it for a hot minute.
right. And then that just like, so I don't know, my entire podcasting, my ear for podcasting is switched over from, you know, other shit to basically this group of podcasting people.
Oh, for sure. Our tag Pogletites. Yeah, that's pretty much all I listen to is just everybody all of our peoples.
Yeah.
Pretty much
sure.
everybody we met at at prom.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All the prom goers for Tadpog prom, which, you know, hopefully we'll both be at again. I booked a room for us, so at least one of us better show up.
I'm making it. Come hell or high water, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, I fully plan on it. So it'll be the weekend before Caleb's wedding, and I was wrong about his wedding being in Austin. It's in Kingsville.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm one of his groomsmen, and I don't even know where the fucking wedding's at.
Jesus fucking right. That motherfucker didn't even invite me, asshole.
I just recently got my invitation, but so
Oh, well.
I don't know. I don't know where yours is at. Just fucking call him out. I don't give a shit.
Well, I got one fucking Steven fucking Russell, your goddamn scout,
Yeah, he's one of my buddies.
Mentors.
Oh, we were in different fucking troops, man.
I thought he was like a higher or some shit like than you. He was more up than you.
He's older than I am, so yeah,
just because of age, yeah.
But we weren't in the same troop. Like what I'm saying is,
you
no. He was in a completely different troop, sponsored by a different church.
Oh,
Like I think I think his dad was a scoutmaster. I mean, we went camping with those guys.
Yeah.
We went camping with those guys a few times, and like I knew Steven from being in high school together and shit. So
yeah, his dad was. Yeah, he always wore the fucking red shirts and fucking guy.
Yeah,
Steven's dad, man. Every day, red
man.
shirt, khaki shorts, every fucking day.
Yeah, man. He was
Gary? I think Gary. Anyway.
That sounds right, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, fucking Steven asked me, like, ages ago, hey, what's your address? I'll send you a wedding invitation. 0 time. Like, it's still you motherfucker, like, dog, you live like 3 blocks away from me. I can walk to your house and pick it up.
I didn't know he was even married.
No, he's going to get married.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
No, it's still, yeah, oh yeah.
I haven't talked to that dude in years.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get hit pretty quick.
Oh, right on.
I think in like March or something like that. Which is funny because he bought the house that of an ex-girlfriend of mine. So
yeah.
His house.
Yeah, he's still living there?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yep. I've fucked in his room.
I fucked in every room of that house.
There's some DNA in mine. There's some DNA of mine all in that room.
Did you rub it into the carpet?
Well, it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
The girl I was dating at the time, she was kind of a fiend for dick. So I think there might be some in the kitchen. There might be some on the roof. I know for damn sure there's some in the jacuzzi, but I don't think the jacuzzi's there anymore. So, hey Steven, I've come all over your house. I don't think you listen, so fuck it.
No, there's not a chance he'll listen.
Oh,
He's a good dude though.
anyway. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. One of my best friends. Anyway.
So
yeah, that was
that was the clash.
so that was a clash.
Okay, so since we mentioned Experience Grind on this channel, and props to those guys, they're awesome, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
How would you rate this on a scale of 1 through out of 10 angsty Union Jacks? How would you rate this?
Okay. Out of 10 angsty Union Jacks,
Yeah,
I would rate this
yeah.
a 7.5 Union
Okay.
Jacks.
Okay.
I'd say one's at C, and so I think the Union C, they have to turn it upside down.
Which would be the same flag because it's symmetric.
I think it's anyway. It's 7.5 Union Jacks.
Okay.
So since we mentioned experience, or since we also mentioned Nerdy Thursday,
Okay.
on a scale of a bowl, a bowl being 27, a bowl of quiet, fun rapist songs.
Okay.
How would you rate this out of a bowl of quiet rapist songs?
Okay. So, the bowl of quiet rapist songs I'm gonna give this is, oh man, well,
Out of 27's the max.
okay, 27's the max. This is gonna have to be, right around, 20 Cosby puddings.
20 Cosby puddings.
Did I get that right? Cause you eat a bowl of pudding, right?
No, damn it. You know what? And you just fucking, you pole vaulted out of that hole that we were talking about earlier.
Oh man, I do
Infinite
something.
breath dig.
Oh man, that was a desperate plea for help, on the humor note.
Do something stupid, and then you go and do something like this, and
totally redeem yourself.
Totally redeem yourself.
So
you would rate this as a solid 74. Okay, that's that.
Well, 20 out of 27 would be somewhere in the 6 to 7 range. So with
that's 70. I just did the math.
Oh,
20
okay.
out of 27 is 74.
Okay, yeah, I was going for around 60-65%.
Okay, well that'd be.
I was
18?
more. I guess I was more focused on trying to pull off a good rape joke than I was doing math.
Oh, for sure. Oh no, well done, well played, well played.
So yeah, I don't know.
18 would be about 66%.
Okay, so yeah, I guess that's appropriate.
Yeah, it's anarchy, dog.
Yeah. No, this was a fun British punk album, and so yeah, it's not my genre, but I can definitely appreciate what this is, and I mean, the fact that we didn't make a single Billy Idol reference is pretty astonishing. Just because I feel like that had to have been an influence of theirs, right?
What?
Or was he after? He was 80. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I view Billy Idol as such an old fucking man. Like, he looks good for being old. He's kind of like David Lee Roth. Like, they look good for their age, but you can still tell they're old. And so I look at Billy Idol that way, and I think he's old as dirt. And I'm just like, no, because yeah, he was 80s. So, like, I can definitely see where an artist like that would pull influence from this band. Including like his look.
The look and the feel and the
look,
tone.
the feel, just, yeah, he's he's way more on the poppy side of things and like being the pretty boy and all that shit, but you can tell he got like his fucking, like he cut his teeth to punk rock on something like this. And
for sure, like this and maybe the Sex Pistols, the Ramones.
And
yeah. For sure, for sure. And, I was kind of, honestly, I kind of dreaded going into this album because I didn't know if I'd like, because, god damn it, punk. Like, and this is early punk, which I'm not a huge fan of punk.
Right.
But after listening to it, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. I thought, I was going to rate this a motherfucking, like, before listening to it, I was going to give it a 2.
Right.
Just hands down, because I just, punk, ugh.
Well,
But no, man, it kind of surprised me. And I liked, there were some songs that I actually like, and I'll go back and listen to.
there was just such a bad taste left in our mouth after Pavement that, like, and I hate to bring it back to that, but for fuck's sake, it's on the list and it's grouped with this really good fucking punk album. And I get it. They were trying to be a little more alternative or experimental or whatever the fuck, however you want to defend it. I don't give a shit because to me, it sounds like a shitty punk album. Like, it sounds like what you expect shitty punk to sound like.
Just a wall of noise.
Yeah, like
no cohesion or anything like that, for sure.
Like the first fucking band you form when you're in middle school. That's what Pavement sounded like to me. And it's just like, this, get a hold of yourself.
Alright, we're good.
So this was just like a fucking double mint refreshment coming off of that as, oh, right, punk's a thing and it's not garbage.
For sure. I agree. Which, I will get into next episode, but I do like, what's, bitch, 1 second. There we go. Okay. I'll talk more about this in the next episode, but what I did notice is that the 3 albums that we've done, that, Pavement and The Clash, and then the next one will be,
The
Refused, that they're all punk albums.
Yeah.
And it went from bad to great.
That's good to hear.
Real quick. You know what I mean? Like, I do like, Pavement. I felt like the Refused listened to Pavement.
And we're going to do everything
to Clash. And then we're going to, hey, everything that they try to do, but better.
Okay.
Yeah,
man, this was a step up because it went from this kind of dull driving, not very creative, poorly produced thing to this, well written, well executed, and not the best production, but passable in the production department, especially for the late 70s when the technology wasn't.
When 4 tracks, for sure.
Right. When the technology wasn't the same.
Grandma's apartment.
For sure. So, yeah, I'm down with it. I'm totally down with it.
Yeah. No, especially going in, especially me thinking like, this is going to be a trash album. I was going to shit all over it. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it. Like, there are a couple songs, there are a couple peace songs. That's fine, but,
yeah, so I guess we didn't really get into complaints at all. And we said we weren't going to gush about this album, and I don't think we really did, because, we called a few songs meh, and like, this doesn't stand out and stuff like that. So I guess if I do have any complaints, it is the fact that they made this in their grandma's apartment, and there is some production value lacking. But considering the time and the time period and the equipment that they had at their disposal, they did a good job. So it's hard to fault them on something like that. Something that could obviously be better, but look what they were working with, So,
for sure. I think they did a hell of a pretty, I think this deserves its spot on the list.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, honestly, like, I feel like it could even, I don't know if it could move up, but it's definitely.
I would take Pavement off the list. I don't know if I would put this. Absolutely. I don't know where I would put this.
As far as like what we've done before, like
yeah, because I don't know. I don't know everything that's to come. I've looked over the list, but I don't know everything that's to come. I haven't even heard of all of the bands on this list. So, or if I have, it's in passing kind of thing. So I don't know. I certainly am in the camp that I think, the Zeppelin Physical Graffiti album, I enjoyed that more than this because it's my genre. But I respect what this did for the British punk community, because I am like a pretty big Billy Idol fan. Like that's, fucking Rebel Yell is one of my go-to karaoke songs because it's something that I can actually pull off, and it's a great fucking song, as poppy as it is. So yeah, I definitely have an appreciation for what this did to the industry. This and the Sex Pistols and the Ramones and all that shit.
No, the Sex Pistols and the Ramones were before them.
Right, but what these musicians,
what they've done for
collectively,
for music.
what they did for the music industry, pushing forward for later British punk and for later British rock and British pop and everything,
or just punk period, or
what
rock period.
Yeah, that's so not necessarily like, I don't mean to say these are all bands that are in the same time frame. I'm just saying that what the early British punk kind of bands did for the rest of the British music scene. I have an appreciation for that, because it's inspired people that I've really enjoyed, even if I haven't spent a lot of time with this particular band.
Yeah, and no, I agree. Like I said, I wasn't looking forward to it, but I don't know. I feel like I've done this a lot with a lot of the with a lot of the bands that we've listened to.
Right.
I wasn't looking forward to what we're doing, but now looking back, I'm like, I'm glad I did it.
For sure.
And that's, I don't know, but that's the whole point of what we're doing. I'm really glad that we're doing this and kind of just pushing our bounds into what, just experimenting with what we're doing. Like, just, hey, I would have never listened to The Clash because I'm kind of a music snob, and this is punk, like just punk period. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and
I was 18 one time, and I'm not gonna do that shit again.
Right, and going forward, this probably isn't an album that's gonna find its way into my rotation all that much, if at all. But it's something that if I hear in the future, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember this. This is a good song, and fucking nod my head. And so, and it's something I wouldn't have listened to otherwise, just because I don't think I'm much of a music snob. I think I'm pretty open-minded, with exclusions, but everybody has their own hang-ups. But this is something I wouldn't have ever bothered to listen to. I wouldn't have gone out of my way. I would have heard these things in passing, maybe. So it's
for sure, and then a little more derivative about it because it wasn't like something you liked.
Right. So I in the same camp of, I really like that we're doing this and discovering all new kinds of music for ourselves. So fucking A, man.
For sure.
Fuck
yeah.
That's kind of all the thoughts I've got on it. What, do you have anything else?
I know, like, the only thing that I have to I'm thinking of is, I know London Calling is like way up there. I think it's like in the teens or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to, it's a good album.
Right.
But I'm really excited to hear like
how
they're like magnus opus, if you will.
Right. So how they developed
like,
as professional musicians, basically.
Exactly. And that being their best album.
Right.
I'm excited. I'm more open to listening to that album and, being more accepting about it.
Now that we've done this one, right. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. It makes more sense to me why this band would have another album higher up on the list. Now that I've listened to what they were capable of in their grandmother's apartment. For
sure. And that's also kind of the same thing with like Metallica.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I tried to not be a dick, but after listening to the episode, I was a total dick about Metallica.
Yeah, it's okay though, because you just didn't fucking like the album, and that's okay. I don't fucking care. It's just that.
No, I know.
In fact, all it does is, like, next time we're in the car together and I have control of the music, I have an extra way of fucking irritating you.
Yeah, I'm gonna, for sure. And I'll play workout fucking.
Yeah,
workout
exactly. yeah, that thing, that horrible fucking piece of shit.
We're just poking holes in our weakness. We're building game strategy to how to shit out of each other.
It's really just an exercise in toughening each other up.
For sure.
How much can I get under your skin to make you more immune to the general public's bullshit. Yeah,
Well,
I know that was a reach for philosophy.
It
really didn't really connect, but
there's a linchpin that you're missing out. How sober am I to how much alcohol I've had? If I'm like hungover, 0% given, like zero, I got zero time for that shit.
Oh, I just figured the linchpin was in my pants.
In his pants. Tubes. That's 4.
Well, I mean, it's necessary. So yeah. Anyway, I overall, I'm happy with this album. So
I am too. Like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised. So
yes, thanks everybody for listening to Sad Panda Presents. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast. We have a Facebook page at Sad Panda Presents Podcast. We have sadpandapresents.com, which is where our homepage is. But fucking comment on Facebook because nobody's going to a website to look at a podcast. It's just there for you to look at if you want to. If you want to make a suggestion, again, comment on Facebook when we post the episode. We'll reach out to you and let you know that you've got it. And fuck yeah, talk us up. Talk to us about music. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. And we'll either be dicks about it or we'll be really nice about it, depending on how hungover we are.
Depends on the day. I would highly recommend that you do that on a Thursday, Thursday or Saturday, when I'm on my days off, where I have time to think about it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just a recommendation.
Yeah.
Just hey, just touch it a little bit. That didn't work either.
No, sorry.
Andrew's waiting on to me. Shitty jokes, and I don't.
No, it was better than my shitty jokes, but not as.
Ooh. Yeah, I know. Moving on.
So thanks again, everybody.
Yeah. In his pants.